What about it did it affect? When you say it bothered you regarding winning, what about it bothered you?
Is that when I try my best, they're not trying, or they're not. When I play to the potential I'm playing, there's always then we have to worry about that we can't play our position right.
Did you ever say something to any of them, or the coach, or anyone?
Yes.
And what did you say?
They said we need to help them, like they need to get more skills because it's not working.
And what was the response for that?
That people are on different levels than other people are.
So how did that make you feel?
Well, I felt like that was an excuse.
An excuse for what?
Why they brought them, like why they are with it, like their talent.
So what I'm getting is that you felt that the coaches were making excuses for the players and how they played, and just dismissing how you felt.
Yes.
So did you ever speak with any of the players that you felt weren't working as hard as you were?
I try to give them advice, but they don't want it. They're in denial.
In denial of what?
Like they are good. They don't need help.
Oh, they feel that they're good enough and they don't want to take any
advice.
So when you tried to talk to them and when you felt like they didn't want to listen, how did you continue to go on with that? Did you just leave it alone?
I left it alone and let them make a fool of themselves.
Now you say you let them make a fool of themselves. They're harsh words. I take it that you didn't necessarily get along with them.
I did get along with them outside of the basketball court.
So would you say that your relationship on the court affected your relationship off of the court?
Yes. No, wait, what?
When you say you did get along with them off of the court, so would you say that how you interacted with one another when you were playing on the court, did that affect the relationship you had off of the court?
No.
The friendship you had. So there was no correlation between the two.
Mm-mm.
So you were all able to kind of put aside whatever issues you had on the court. When you weren't on the court, then everything was fine.
Yeah.
So, are you okay?
Yes.
You're smiling. Are you happy about something?
No. Yeah, I am happy about something.
What are you happy about?
The school's almost over.
You're a senior, right?
Yes.
So you're happy that you will no longer be attending high school?
Yes.
You seem like you're ready to get out of there.
I'm ready.
Why is that? Most kids enjoy high school. Most kids like their high school years.
I want to do something I love instead of sitting in the classroom.
And what are you going to be doing?
Culinary arts.
So when are you going to be in school with that?
It starts August.
So a couple months after you graduate, you'll be. That's exciting.
It is really exciting.
So did you always know that you wanted to go into culinary arts, or was this something that just?
Well, I known for a while now, but in the beginning I wanted to be a nurse, but yeah.
And what happened with that?
I just can't see people in pain.
So with the culinary arts, is there any specific things you like to make? I know some people, they specialize in hors d'oeuvres, some people specialize in specific types of food, like French food, Italian food. Is there something you're going to be specialized in?
Pastry.
Pastries?
Mm-hmm.
So you like to bake?
Love to bake.
So when you start school, are you just going to culinary arts, or are you going to be working, or are you going to be, what's your plan?
I want to, daytime is the classes, and then probably afternoon I'll probably work at the school as like when you check people in, whatever that's called.
When you check people in, like registering?
Yeah, like desk, like at the desk.
Got it. So like a receptionist?
Yes.
So let's get back to culinary arts and baking. So when did you start baking?
Started baking when I was like 11,
11 or 12. So your parents let you work with ovens and hot stuff when you were 11 or 12?
with their guidance.
While they were there. So when you were 11 or 12, did you just start baking with your mom? Did you just say one day, oh, I want to try to bake this, and then you realized you loved it? What inspired you to start baking?
Well, I like food, so I think it was just to make food that tastes good. That's not bland like some food is.
So as you're baking, what goes through your head as you're baking? How do you feel?
I feel at peace. Like it's like something you can do that relaxes me.
Oh, so kind of like an outlet.
Yeah.
So is that something you do when you're angry or when you have issues? Do you just start baking and it gets you in a zone, or?
Not really. It's just a thing that I like to do. Like that I would like to have a profession. Like a job that you go to work every day and be like, oh, I like it, instead of like, oh, I hate it.
So how does your family feel about that?
My dad supports it, so he did, and my mom on the edge.
So why is your mom on the edge?
Because she wants me to be a nurse.
So were there any problems when you told her that you didn't want to be a nurse, or?
Not really. She just wants me to be a nurse because they make more money, and it's always like there's always nurses needed.
So is that why you originally felt like you want to be a nurse, because she felt that you should be, or?
No, because my grandparents, I helped take care of them, so I was like, I kind of like taking care of people, but then I don't.
What was the last part?
I don't no more.
You don't like taking care of people anymore? And why is that? What happened? What changed up?
My dad died.
So that just kind of changed your. You seem like you're getting upset. Do you want to stop talking about it? Okay. So back to baking. Is that something you like to do when you get upset? Do you like to bake when you get upset?
Yeah.
So it seems like basically when you have negative feelings, you go to baking. So when you bake for your family, do you bake for your friends, for yourself?
I bake for friends and family.
And how do they like your baking?
Well, if I just make it, like throw things together, it's probably nasty.
What do you mean by throwing things together?
Like say, cheesecake and peanut butter. They sound great, but they taste nasty.
So you're saying when you try to create new creations, it doesn't taste too well, but when you go off of what a recipe does?
Recipe, like brownies, the original brownies, they taste great. Like cake pops.
Cake pops? Like the kind you see in Starbucks and things like that?
Way better than Starbucks.
Way better than Starbucks. And you said your family and friends like when you make things like that?
Yes.
So when you do start your career, when you do start school, do you plan on trying to create new things and steering clear from recipes, or do you want to stick to recipes you see?
I want to make my own recipes.
Okay. And you like to make cakes, cookies, everything?
Anything that has to do with sweets.
Isn't sugar? So is baking the only thing you like to cook? Do you like to cook regular meals or?
Oh, I like to cook gourmet meals.
Gourmet meals? Like full course meals? Or?
Full course, from appetizer to dessert.
So when you cook, have you cooked 4-course meals for other people, or just for yourself, or
Just for the family.
just for the family? And they enjoyed it?
They loved it. Hopefully.
What do you mean? Hopefully, did they say they loved it, or?
Well, they say they love it, but I think they like the certain things I make to their tasting.
So you say, when you say you think they love it, I